All right, and we're here today to start up a new playthrough of Breath of Fire 3, which is a game that I've wanted to play for many, many years. Like, a buddy of mine had it back in the day. I did not. I got to try it a little bit at his house, and I don't know why. I just never got a hold of it. I ended up getting it about a year ago, and it's been kind of like just sitting there like as a game that I just really wanted to stream since then. So now that we finished up the Panzer Dragoon Saga playthrough, I figured let's get this rolling. I kind of questioned a few people to see what they'd be interested in, and this was one of them, and I'm interested in playing it as well. So we're just going to get back down to it and see what happens in Breath of Fire 3. But it ain't. There could be anything there, buddy. All right. Now, I did play, I want to say for about 40 minutes, like just quickly skipping dialogue and doing some fights, just to do like an audio test, make sure everything was kind of where I wanted it to be. So that's kind of all I've seen. So yeah, we'll be kind of right off the bat into stuff that I don't know, like pretty quick. The thing I like to change is, I don't know, I like the menu to be on triangle. I find it weird when the menu's not on triangle in games. Boop. Well, good day to you, Mirage Omega. How are you this fine day? Okay, explosives are set. What is this, an egg or something? See ones like this every so often. Well, I'll be. Come on, let's get to work already. I know those feels. I had to do a quick one of those after dinner today. I was like, all right, I'm done for a little bit. But now you're awake and refreshed. And ready for a dragon. I've been like really looking forward to playing this game. So I have Breath of Fire 4 as well, so we'll have to work that in at some point. But what the? It's still alive. Whoa! He just threw something at me. It'll be your last mistake, brother. This always made me feel bad. Like, this is like kind of like one of the only things I've seen about the game over the years that I'm like, I just feel bad doing that. Yeah, I've heard it's like really good. And like my buddy who had it when I was a teenager, like he was all about it. Like he talked it up all the time. He'd like talk about like all the dragon transformations and stuff. So I've always wanted to play it. I don't know why I never really got around to it. But we're here now. So you know what? It's just something new I get to enjoy. Gulp! A dragon? Alive? Are you really a dragon? No, I'm not. I'm just a guy, man. Dragon! I beat Breath of Fire 2 when I was like a kid. I don't think I ever played 1. At least I don't remember ever playing 1. And then I've never played 4 at all. And this one, like I said, I just like tried it a little bit at a buddy's house back in the day. Sure is noisy out there. I wonder what's going on. Guy's focused on his work. Yeah, I'm not afraid. Let's get it. You're gonna be afraid when I turn you into beef jerky, my brother. It's extra bad because it's like they start smoking before they hit the ground too. It's like, ooh. Smells burnt. Looks like he's dead. Don't hurt me. You don't want to eat me. I don't taste good. This guy lost his glasses. I think I wet my pants. Don't eat me. Don't breathe fire on me. He's been watching from up top. Alright. I don't know if there's really anything in here. Isn't there another direction? It's here! I went with different box art though, because the box art from like North America is really boring. Like, I love the game, but well, I don't know if I love the game. I love the idea of the game, but the box art's not great. He's not moving. All right, we'll head down this way. What's that? Somebody help. What's this about a dragon? I did play Dragon Quarter back in the day. Well, let's take it alive. But I never beat it. I just remember, like, I think I rented it for like a weekend once. But I definitely didn't like go through it all the way. Damn, dude. No, don't. Take that! Jesus. You just wiped out a baby, man. Rude. Yeah, it's too bad, like, Capcom hasn't, like, revisited this series outside of, what was it? Breath of Fire 6, which I heard was a disaster. So. But I don't think Dragon Quarter did very well either, but I don't know. I didn't really look into it. But I don't remember it doing too well back then. There we go. Darn it, I don't get many chances like that anymore. No, almost had it. Oh, come on. What's making that racket? You know what's funny too? I can't use the analog sticks in this game. If I turn them on my PS1 controller, like, it just doesn't work. Oh brother, this is just what I needed. That'll teach you to scare off my dinner. You too. You could have eaten those wolves. Who might you be? An orphan? You're lucky those curs didn't chew you to pieces. I don't have enough food to feed you anyway. Even if I did take you home. Mommy? Alright, already. Uncle Ray will take you home. You better appreciate this. I wonder. What were you doing out there by yourself, hmm? He's using his tail as a little backstrap, without a strip of clothing. I really like the music here, it's cool. Where's Ray? I'm hungry. He's home. Hi, Ray. Welcome home. Is that dinner? Boy, you'll eat anything. Won't you, Tipo? Who is that, anyway? Don't ask me. Let's get him into your bed, okay? So who is he? I told you. I don't know. I found him in the woods. Really? Sounds like what happened with me. An orphan. Not surprising, it's been a lean year. Well, why don't we let him sleep? Well, we go to the village. If we don't get some food soon. Tipo, somebody abandoned him. Or sorry, somebody abandoned him. Just like me. Don't you see, Ryu? You're the same as me. You must understand. They're weak, pitiful, and pathetic. Ryu. My Ryu. Ryu. Whoa. He's got a little pajama. Hello, buddy. I would love to make a record of my journey so far. Such as it is. I had to double check too to make sure I had slots on the old memory card. But I was good. I've been pretty good about like cleaning it up at the end of games. I usually just keep like the end game's like save slot and kind of get rid of the other ones. Because I am bad about saving like 800 times. Anything here? A vitamin. A worm. Smells burnt. Oh yeah, and you can do this like little look around the corner thing. So I'm a little concerned that there's gonna be like good things hidden behind walls and stuff. This looks like a storage room. Now, like I said, when I was playing at the beginning to kind of do audio tests and mess around a bit, I played up until we basically meet Bunyan. So once we get there, then I have no idea what's going on. Talk to him. Even though I look like this, I know a thing or two about camping. Come back later with your friends, and I'll tell you everything I know, okay? All right. Can I get up there? Ah, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. I'm an Aigu. I'll tell you about how to fight. Come back when you've got some equipment. All right, fair enough. Take a look around here. There we go. A green apple. Okay, so this is where Ray grabbed me from. And that is why you constantly mash X while you're walking around. At least I do. Protect our forests. Don't kick, punch, bite, or hurt the trees. I feel like punching a tree wouldn't hurt it, really. Alright, this should go back to their house, right? Or does it? Hey kid, you better be careful around here. A couple of bullies named Ray and Tipo live around these parts. Oh, okay, this would have been south of the house. Okay. The only thing I'm a little worried about is I don't think this game has a mini-map. And with my terrible sense of direction, we'll see how I do. Mount Grouse. Double check your equipment before entering. Don't litter. All right, let's boogie. Out of my house, you punks! Haha, you'll never catch me! It's no use, Ray. Everyone's watching out for us. Nobody's got much food. What with the poor harvest and all. Hey, Tipo, look at this. Hey, you finally woke up, huh? Doesn't this beat all? Now we've got another mouth to feed. What if we get him to help us, Ray? Good idea. But I think we need to get him out of his pajamas first. Come on. We'll get you fixed up with some equipment. We may not have been able to steal any food, but I think we can scrounge up some armor and weapons. You just wait, Ryu. Ray'll get you set up with something in no time. Huh? Did I just say Ryu? Is that your name? Funny. How did I know that? You know what? I was going to say that. He's been unconscious. Maybe I dreamed it. Uh-oh, scram. Now, I usually try to, like, if I need to do, like, heavy-duty grinding in a game, I usually try to do it, like, off-stream. I'll just, you know, grab a couple of levels in between streams. I'm gonna, you know, the first session, usually there'll be a bit of grinding. That was a close one. Sure was. I don't know if that's what he said. I'm assuming it was. But we were able to get him something to wear. Hurry up, Ryu. Don't be a slowpoke. Not used to wearing armor yet, eh? Well, it's better than pajamas, I suppose. What do we do now, Ray? Well, everyone in town's in a bad mood over the poor harvest. I know, let's hit the road. We could do some work there. There's a road up ahead called the Ural Road. We go there sometimes and, well, mug people. It's not like we hurt people or anything. Just steal from them. I'm not into hurting people, you know. That's right. Even a beginner like you can do it. Come on, don't worry. Let's go. I'm going to explore the town. We'll head south. I'm going to grab a level or two in the woods, and then we'll kind of head south and go that way. What do you want? There's nothing here for you to steal. And then she just goes into like, hey, do you want to buy some, though? We can go fishing. But we got no dollars. Okay, weapon shop's probably the same. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. So, like, you wouldn't have seen that bag. Nothing. What's that? You say you want to stay at the inn. What do you want to do? Okay, so we can save at the end too. I want to go that way. There we go. Even though I'm sitting here gooping off like this, I'll go around stealing things like you. Sorry, ain't got nothing for you. There's nothing left here. We got a healing herb. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be doing that way too often. Can you let me out? Thank you. An antidote. I think there was one more house up the hill, right? Ah, you little punks. Come looking for trouble again? Yeah, it's kind of different. Like it like the camera doesn't rotate. It just kind of like you can just kind of shift it a little bit. All right, let's hit the woods and do a little fighting, and then we'll move on. No dice. Well, he has no one to... I know you can learn skills from monsters and that. I don't know which skills you can learn. I know you can learn, like, that influence skill from him. Because I got it, like, when I was messing around with it, but... Beyond that, I'm not sure what the chances are, like, if there's any way to, like, influence how good of a chance you have of getting things, but... Ryu's just so excited to live. He's like, oh, thank God we lived. Oh yeah, and they all have, like, their own little abilities, too. So he can slash sword... He can break into things, and Tipo can, like, punch things. Usually there's a bag in these. Yeah, like the sprite work, like, I don't know, it's I find it so weird that Capcom just kind of pieced out on this. But like I said, like, if Dragon Quarter didn't do well, like I like ran a video game store back when Dragon Quarter came out, and I don't remember selling very many copies, so I don't think it did particularly well. Well, at least not in my town, but... And I don't really remember if it, like, was, like, a big game or anything. I don't know anybody who, like, really had it. Maybe he can't learn it. Maybe it has to be, like, a specific person. We'll try defending. From what I read in the book, it said if nothing happens, you just didn't catch it. And if there's a question mark, it means you can't learn it, and it'll, like, say you can't learn this move. And if it's got an exclamation point, that means you caught it. Maybe it's based on who he uses the move on. Alright, well now he's just gonna run away anyway. The only thing I really remember about Dragon Quarter is that, like, it had this, like, weird... It had, like, this weird, like, countdown system. And you could, like, rewind to the beginning of the game. It was, like, a whole thing. It was very different. The art style was very different from, like, Breath of Fire 3 and 4 as well. But I don't remember any specific thoughts about it. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Maybe I'll just try making all of them examine. Why won't you learn this move, man? Do it. Okay, I'll try just getting them all to examine. I don't even know if it's a good move. It's just I don't want the first move in the game that we can learn to, like, not go. When I was, like, messing around doing audio tests of that, like, the first time the guy used it, he picked it up. Maybe one of them learned it and I just wasn't paying attention. No? Alright, I'm gonna try this for one more turn, then I'm gonna wipe this guy out. There we go, got a bent sword. Alright, you had your chance, man. I don't know if it matters who learns it. We'll just examine with everybody. He's not going to do it either. He has a move that he does too. There's 3 moves that I know for sure that you can learn in the woods and that. And I'm just having bad luck right off the bat. Hope that's not a sign of things to come for me trying to learn moves. There's an old man named Bunyan who lives here in the woods. He's kind of strange. Why else would he want to live by himself in the woods like that? Probably because it's nice and peaceful. We haven't been able to find much to eat in the forest either. What are we going to do? Well, that's fine. I'm going to grind. I'm going to like give it like 1 or 2 turns though. Just because I don't want to sit there trying to examine for like 1,000 years, but... But whenever we see a new move, we'll try to learn it anyway. I know for sure that the so the influence move we can learn, and then when you kill the boss goblin, there's a move that you can learn from the little ones as well, but they don't always seem to do it. I do find it cool that you can like be on the... What's the word I'm looking for? The battles take place like just on the standard map, even though it does sometimes like hide it, like obscure you and stuff like that. All right, he finally learned it. We got lucky. Wipe this boy out, and then we will try to learn the other one's move. I don't remember what his move's called. I just remember that if you kill the pink one, sometimes the green one will use a move. Alright, we'll have to save it though. Actually, that doesn't matter. That's an extra turn. There we go. Okay. And it looks like Tipo got it. All right, cool. Now we can just grind for just a little bit, and then we will head down. This should just be where the cage was again, so I don't think there'll be anything new here. We'll just kind of run through. I do want to know if status ailments are persistent. That's always like one thing that I like to know, like as soon as possible in a new game, because it kind of changes the way things feel as you're going through it. I don't really have a preference. It's just, you know, you just have to manage it differently, right? All right, let's check out some of their powers too. So he can pilfer, which I feel like I should just always do that. Tipo's got flame magic. What does that mean? Will it make him run? Bait an enemy. Ooh, berries. I don't think it did anything. Okay, so we're back at their house area now, so we can talk to those monsters and see what they wanted to say. Actually, let's heal up Ryu. That did nothing. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, the only other move I know about, there's like a slime type that casts a fire spell. And then beyond that, we'll kind of be doing trial and error to figure it out. Alright, what are you saying? Ah! Don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. I'm an Aigu. I know this is out of the blue, but let me show you something. How do EX turns work, actually? That I don't know. Sometimes when you're fighting a monster, if a lot faster than they are, you can get an extra attack in. Keeping your equipment light so your agility stays high is one strategy you can try. Oh, okay. Actually, one sec. When you fight monsters, they use all kinds of abilities against you. You can learn those abilities yourself with the examine command. If you don't get it the first time, keep trying. Okay, fair enough. Oh, thanks. All right, then, be careful. Goodbye, my brother. Okay. Why did you even show up, dude? Wouldn't mind buying, like, some better equipment, but money seems to be coming in pretty slow. Don't be afraid, I just want to tell you about camping. Know that if you become unconscious and leave a battle, maximum HP drops, right? Well, maybe you didn't know that you can't heal those HP back in camp. So when you want to heal, the best thing to do is to use an inn. Anything else? Oh, so you're... Okay, that I didn't know. This is your record of abilities learned using Examine. You can use it to teach someone else the ability. But to do so, you need skilling. Here and there around the world are people called masters. You can look up info on masters you've met in camp. If you apprentice yourself to a master, your abilities and statistics will change according to who your master is when you gain a level, so be sure to check before going up a level. Anything else? No, I think we're good. Thanks, bud. All right, then. Be careful out there. What a nice fellow. I had a healing herb sitting there. Okay, I can't do anything there. Alright, we'll get another level, and then I think we'll head down. Because I don't think we're gonna, like, really make enough money. Jeez. I don't think we're gonna make enough money to kind of peace out. Yeah, might as well rest. Feel refreshed after your rest. Is this just the goblins again? Oh, it's rippers. Actually. For now, we'll pilfer as much as we can just to, like, try to get some items going. Oh, yeah, I should check that sword that I picked up as well. It might be better than what I have. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, I had that sword from like the beginning of the game. Okay, cool. It's gonna be a hard habit to break. Okay. I'm like excited for when we start getting like dragon abilities and that, because like the one thing that my buddy showed me back in the day is like you could do like, I don't know, he showed me this thing where you could do like different combinations and you would like turn into different dragons based on the combinations that you used of like the different abilities. So that'll be kind of cool to check out. Can I go here? I wonder what the death penalty is. That said that I get kicked out of the battle and lose maximum HP. So does that mean it's not a game over? Okay, I would like Ryu to learn this. There we go. Alright, so those are the only skills, like I said, that I knew was just those three. After that, we'll kind of have to trial and error it. There we go. I remember that was kind of the thing, like Earthbound. Earthbound, I like didn't have to grind a lot, but like the first session, like I had to grind like a good 5, I want to say, levels to be able to like take out the very first boss at the very beginning, just to kind of get the game rolling. And then like once it was rolling, it wasn't bad. I think I had to grind like one other time in that entire game. Mother 3, I think I had to grind like just a tiny bit at the very, very beginning. Road up to Mount Gloss is scenic. Watch out for the monsters. Just instantly attacked, okay. So many. Oh god, what if there's limited inventory? Oh man, I hope not. I got like so sick of limited inventory. Dragoon Saga didn't have it. At least I never hit any kind of limit, but let's respect our environment. Don't hit, cut, or otherwise damage things. Boop. I'll take heal up Ryu in a sec. Actually, I want to check and see like how much those actually heal, because I actually don't know. But yeah, between like Earthbound, Mother 3, and Legend of Dragoon, I hit a wall with like limited inventory systems. I was just like, please stop. Like, it felt like every game I was picking for a little bit just had like really limited inventory, and I was just like completely over it. 40, 20, and 10. Wow, vitamins suck. All right. Or sorry, that's 100. Never mind. All right, so we got 20, 40, which would heal all of them to full except for Ray. Well, and he's pretty much full. 5 HP for berries. A weather vane. What does that do? Wind attack for... Oh, okay, cool. It's like a magic attack thing. Maybe, I don't think you can steal anything from the birds. I don't think I've gotten anything from them yet. Or maybe I got berries from them one time, I don't know. Alright, we'll explore this area a little bit. Just to maybe get up to... Well, we'll be level 5 in like one more battle. And then we'll start moving forward with the story. Hey, Purple Hair, how you doing today? Thanks a lot for stopping in. I gotta fight him in. We'll just leave Tipo in charge for a minute. He seems to be the only one with the useful ability right now. I gotta start punching more trees, too. I feel like level 5 is a good starting point, and then, like... we'll kind of keep it there for now. Yeah, this one was also on PSP. I think I have it on PSP. I don't remember, though. I'd have to double check. But it definitely was available on PSP. I don't know if they, like, changed a lot about it or not, though. Now there's nothing under the rocks. I got excited because of the first rock. Alright, we'll definitely take that boy down first, actually. Well, at least he doesn't use the fire spell every single round. Also, I should check out the ability that we learned from that boy. Oh, you never got around to it? And see, that's how I was with it on PlayStation 1. Like, a buddy of mine was, like, all about this game, but I just, like, I don't know, I just never got around to it. So, no time like the present, though. It's kind of nice. I get to, like, experience stuff that I just never got to do back when I was a teenager and that. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so I've been really excited to go through with it for a while. Oof. Nothing. All right, is this the actual mountain? Warning, this way to Mount Glaus. I feel like that's probably out of the picture for now. It is cool though, the sprite work is like really well done. I really like it. Yeah, well, if you're not like a really huge like JRPG person, yeah, there was a lot of like different stuff that the PSP had that was like worth getting into. Like Monster Hunter, Freedom Unite. There we go. A coin. 80 bucks. All right, we might actually be able to buy some equipment. Yeah, it's really cool. I've heard that Breath of Fire 4 has like absolutely amazing sprite work. I only played like the tiniest bit at the beginning of the game when I first got my own copy of it, just to like, you know, make sure it worked properly and all that. But it's one that I'm saving for streaming as well, just because streaming's been a really good way to get me to like finish games all the way. Okay, and then we're back to that area. Can never seem to like fucking aim at a tree. There we go. It might just be that my D-pad's a little weird on this controller, maybe. Anytime I have to go on a diag, I just feel like I can't quite do it properly. But that's one thing I've been meaning to do. My PS1, I only have one controller. And it's been fine, but I really like to have a backup. I should look up and see what, if any, differences. Like, I'm gonna play this version because it like, you know, I wanted to, but I should look up and see what the difference is with the PSP one. Yeah, anytime it's on a diag. There we go. I think I just find it awkward because I'm not used to using the D-pad. That's probably it. I'm used to using the analog sticks. Ooh. That actually reminds me too. I want to finish up the Crisis Core remake at some point. I was playing through that and then I just kind of stopped. And I'd like to actually finish it off and like keep rolling with it because I was actually having a lot of fun with it. I'm not usually like a big remake guy. I usually like just like, you know, a re-release. I don't know. There's something about the charm of like the way the original games were built that I like. I'm not usually like really big on them like changing it and like redoing it all. But that one was all right. I actually liked it. What the hell is that? Okay, one sec here. It might have a cool ability. All right, we got some berries. I'm gonna do an examination round in case he does something cool. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I really hate the way that the Chrono Cross like redo looks. I hate it. I really don't like it. It looks terrible to me. I don't know what it is. I don't like when they smooth out like old school pixel graphics. I really hate what they did. It's awful. Luckily, I just own the original version so I could play that, but I really didn't like it. I know they added like extra story stuff from like the Radical Dreamers thing, but Jesus, maybe we should just kill this thing. But beyond that, I'm not into it. Let's try fire on this boy. A pointed stick. Don't kill him. Okay, good. We're gonna have to hit up Tipu too now. Or Tipo. Alright, 25. That seems good. Yeah, there's just certain games like they change the art direction and sometimes they'll redo the story in a weird way, and it's like, I don't know, I like the original intent. Like, I understand wanting to like touch things up and that, but like sometimes they just make it look really bad. But like it's all subjective too. Like maybe a lot of people thought the Chrono Cross like redo looked great, you know. So, you know, it's all down to personal preference. I don't begrudge people that liked it. I personally saw it and I was like, I'm good. I'll just play the original. And that's probably what I'll do when I'll eventually play Star Ocean, the second story, and like, I have it on PS1, so I'll probably just play that. There we go. That guy was powerful. All right, let's get the hell out of here. All right, I'm feeling confident. Let's get on with the story. I'm gonna save though, because that was a decent amount of grinding. When you're on the road and there's no inn around, or when you're poor, you can always camp out, right? Totally, my brother. I wonder where you get the skilling. So it said I can teach moves that I've learned to other people with the skilling. Well, I'll check the shops actually, because we're gonna head into town in a minute. We'll take one more little pass in the Cedar Woods, and then we'll get moving down to that road and mug somebody. I do like that each of the characters has their own little thing they can do. That's cool. I'm into that. Hey, I gotta go Tipo anyway, because I want to, like, punch some trees. Yeah, if that's Breath of Fire 6, apparently it was awful. I heard it was real bad. They made it into, like, some kind of, like, mobile, like, shit game, so it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's really too bad. Like, I really like a lot of the games Capcom makes. Like, I love Monster Hunter, as everybody knows. I really, like, I don't know the Breath of Fire games, but, like, I really like the idea of them. I've heard good things about them, but, man, sometimes Capcom just likes to shit all over the things that they make. But, you know, it is what it is, unfortunately. At the end of the day, they're in it to make money, and sometimes they just do really shitty things. But it's too bad that they kind of wrecked the reputation of the Breath of Fire games doing that. Yeah. Yeah, the whole Dragon's Dogma thing was kind of lame. Like, I understand that you can get all the items in the game, but it's just like, tacky. It's just like tacky and shitty of them to do it. Like to even bother making those microtransactions just makes them look like bitches. I don't care what anybody says. People can be like, oh, well, you can get it in the game. It's still just like, it's just lame that they did it. And that's my thing with it. I just think it's stupid. Oh yeah, their fighting games are a nightmare. Like, their fighting games are really cool, but like, I just don't bother until they've made the... If I'm gonna buy one, I wait until they make like the ultra blah blah version like 5 years later that actually has the whole game in it, and then I'm like, okay, like I'll grab it for like 30 bucks at this point. Yeah, well, that was the thing. That's something that I say a lot about Monster Hunter World is Monster Hunter. I was always like, this sounds really lame, but I was always just happy that like Monster Hunter was like, it seemed to be like safe from all that garbage. And then as soon as it got big in the West, it was like, oh, let's try a little bit of this stuff. Oh, they love to buy stupid shit. Oh, well, let's put a little more in Rise, blah, blah. So I'm a little worried about World. People will look the other way for a thief only when they've got enough for themselves in a lean year like this. There's no one who'll be your friend. Okay, fair enough. Bye. Yeah. No, it's a hot button with me too. I grew up when video games were like, put in a disc, play the game, enjoy yourself. I despise the way that modern gaming is. And so many people are like just so ready to like bootlick corporations to be like, but they need to do it. They need to. Then don't make the games. I would rather AAA completely collapse than deal with all the garbage there is now. You know? Yeah, they can. But they really, you know, everybody got so obsessed with like fidelity and this and that and going fucking crazy on graphics when they, like, it doesn't add that much to the game, depending. And... you know, they're like, oh, they're so expensive to make, so that's why they have to do that. It's like, no, like, gaming's pulling in billions and they still lay off all their employees. All right, I'm gonna stop. But yeah, it's shit. But at least there's still a lot of great games that you can buy and feel good about playing, and, you know, it is what it is. It's all down to everybody's, like, individual tolerance for that kind of thing, right? I'll never be like, you're a bad person because you bought X game because I don't like that company. I'm just like, you do you. I'll do me, and, you know, let's all live our lives and have fun where we can. All right, well, I'm not really getting it. I thought kicking these trees was going to get me something, but I got nothing out of these trees. Last thing I'm gonna say, but I do wish people would start, like, rejecting that stuff. Like, you know, people always go on and on about boycotting things. They never do. Because I find it so weird, too, because there's, like, so many games getting made. It's like, you could easily boycott something that has, like, really terrible monetization, but, like, they're like, no, I can't miss out on it. It's like, just miss out on it, man. Teach them a lesson one time. I cannot hit this tree. Here we go. All right, I think I'm not gonna get any, I'm not gonna spend the whole game kicking trees because this doesn't feel very rewarding. All right, let's go. I'm excited to try out that No Rest for the Wicked game that's coming out soon, though. That looks really good. The little bit of the, like, early gameplay thing that they let a couple of the streamers do looked really fun, so I'm interested to try it out and see how it is. I might actually, like, swap out my stream on Thursday and just give it a try. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it would take, like, a concerted effort to, like, fix that kind of stuff, because it doesn't take much. It just takes, like, you know, I'll buy no microtransactions, and then the next person will buy like 40 cosmetic items because whatever reason that they decide to do that. Like, so it doesn't do anything. You can't stop it. That's the thing. You just kind of gotta, you know, try to put your money where you want it to, put it towards projects that you think are worth paying for, right? If I think a game isn't worth the price that it comes out at, but I'm like still interested in playing it, I just wish list it and I grab it when it's deeply on sale, like. All right, let's see if he's got anything I can buy. You got plenty for me. Sell me things right now. All right. 240 though. I don't got that kind of scratch. Cloth shields, man. Everything's so expensive. Bandanas would only cost me 90 and it would give everybody, can't tell how much. 16, 22, 16. Oh, one more defense. Yeah, boycotts very rarely work because, like, you have to have everybody on board and there's always going to be people that are like, no, I need it. You know, we'll get Tipu. Oh, I see. Actually, I do want to keep the agility higher, so we'll get Tipu one of these knives. $16 to $18. We'll get a couple bracers and some bandanas, I think. Not 11. Okay, there we go. I do like the way the shops work in this game. It's really cool. I used to hate on like older games, like sitting there, like having to like write down like what everything does. I'm like, all right, when we get to the point where I can actually see stat changes, I'm going to be really happy. All right, do we want to do bandanas? We're being frugal, so we'll do bandanas. I don't know how hard money is to come by in this game, so we're gonna be a little frugal. There we go. Everybody got something new. I don't know why, I don't like it if the blue boy isn't in charge. All right, now do you sell this skill ink? Where do you get that? Revives a party member. That does seem useful, but it's also $200. Okay, we're okay there. All right, let's get going. I really hope Monster Hunter Wilds is good. I hope they go back to like the more grounded combat that they had in the older games. Just because I liked it more. Like Rides was like a fun like change of pace. Like I enjoyed it, but I miss the more grounded like positional based combat. So I do hope they go back to more of a 4th gen, maybe World Before Clutch Claw way of fighting. There's a monster living up on Mount Glaus. It comes down and steals our cattle. Between that and the bad harvest, we might not be able to make it through winter. Well, it'll go great for Capcom's pocketbook, but I'm hoping that they did take like some of the criticisms of World down to heart. Like I know people, because like the funny thing is like anytime I criticize World, people are like, but it's so immersive, and I'm like, I'm not all about graphics. Like I just want to like enjoy a good game, like, you know. So I hope that they kind of don't go too heavy on the open world stuff, but I don't know, it's an interesting idea for Monster Hunter. It just really depends how they do it. So, and I have nothing to say about it really yet, because like they've shown what, like a 70-second trailer, so like, you know, nobody knows anything, so you know, we'll have to wait and see. But I hope it's good, because I love Monster Hunter and I want it to continue to flourish. Like, absolutely. We live off what we grow and what we catch in the forest. Haven't been able to get much this year, though. Man, oh man, if I had all this. Just about all of it belongs to Mayor McNeil. Well, he could share it. Well, it was mainly the World people were mad that the graphics weren't as good as World, and that's what I don't like about a series. Like, that's what I didn't like when Monster Hunter got popular, because all the like weird people that are obsessed about graphics and nothing else in video games, like that's all they fucking talk about is World's graphics, and it's like, all right, like calm down. Like, Monster Hunter was never about like having cutting edge graphics. Like, it was about the atmosphere and all that, like, in just the hunt. So it was fine. It was made for the Switch. It was made like to be a handheld, like faster paced game. Like, it was good. It was fun. That's all it needed to be. It's just a fun game. It's by no means my favorite Monster Hunter, but it was not a bad game. It felt a bit more like classic Monster Hunter to me, at least in the look and presentation. The gameplay was not. It was Monster Hunter, but it was like Monster Hunter that got real hyper. Ooh, I'm beat. Beat, I tell you. All right, fair enough. There's a mysterious man just hanging out in the hayloft. What are you saying? I work and McDeal takes it all. Isn't there some way I can take it easy and still get what I want? Okay, same thing. Yeah, he's a weirdo. And here's the thing, like, I grew up, most of my family's farmers. The hayloft is hot as fuck. You wouldn't be standing in, like, the hay area fucking, like, chilling out in a robe. All right, we're heading to the road. You wouldn't be robing it up like a king. You know what we'll do? Yeah, we'll just go. Let's go. I pissed around enough for the beginning of the game. Let's get going. I want to at least make some progress today. I actually kind of hope, like, I know Wild Hearts did real bad, but I kind of hope that Monster Hunter Wilds kind of takes just a little bit from Wild Hearts' book, because like the like map customization stuff that they had in that game was really fun. They're adorable. They're like one of the better slime enemies I've seen. But like being able to set up your own shortcuts, put your camps where you wanted them. Like, Wild Hearts had, like, so many good ideas. I felt so bad that it basically just, like, got put out to die. It was such a shame, because, like, I had a lot of fun playing through it. Like, it wasn't, like, the greatest Monster Hunter-like game I've ever played, but, man, did it have some good ideas. And I really hope Capcom, like, steals some of them. Because I was into it. This is the Raw Road, where we work. I feel like mugging people isn't a job. Oh, it's called Wild Hearts. It was like a Monster Hunter style game that came out, I think, last year. Ah, shit. Someday we're gonna blow this place and head out to a big city like Windia. Right, Ray? It's weird. Sometimes a dialogue auto goes and then other times it doesn't. Well, instead of worrying about that, let's think about getting something to eat, okay? Yeah, it had really, really, really bad performance, and they never fixed it. They kept saying they were going to, and they never did. and then they just stopped updating it and kind of just were like, sorry, bye. And it was really too bad because it had like some really good ideas. The combat was fun. Like the monsters weren't the most imaginative thing. It was like, you know, a rabbit covered. Well, there was no rabbit, but you know, it was all right. We should go hide and wait for someone to come by. Behind that tree up there looks good to me. Yeah, it was really such a shame because like I was so excited about that game. I was like, this is gonna be so cool. And I ended up getting it on Xbox because it ran like a slideshow on my computer. And apparently that was a problem for everybody, even with people with way better systems than me. Yeah, I completely agree. That's why I said earlier, like, I don't like the idea of a lot of people losing their job, but I do like the idea of AAA just completely crashing and burning. Like, AAA is, like, just fucking awful now. They need to, like, stop with those distinctions and just, like, make good games. Don't worry about, like, you know, trying to, like, beat everybody on looks. There is something there, though. Yeah, 40 bucks. All right, I'm gonna hide behind this tree. All right, let's wait here. When someone comes by, we jump out. Like this. My whole thing is like, just everything doesn't need to be endless. That's where they keep hurting themselves. What's up, Ryu? You can just have a game that you just beat and you're done with it. Don't get all soft on us now. Just price it appropriately. Don't worry. We're just some poor kids trying to get some food. Whoever it is will forgive us, right? Ryu's like, I don't like doing this. I'm a good guy. Hey, here comes somebody. He's alone. All right, Ryu, show us what you're made of. Go get him. Just run into him like this. Tipo, how could you? What are you trying to do, little one? Bug me, We've got enough trouble around here. Already with those rascals Tipo and Ray. Listen to me. If you run into them, tell them that if I catch them, they'll be sorry. Oh, Ryu is the blue-haired guy, Ray is the tiger man, and Tipo is the purple-haired dude. Whoops. Figures it'd be Bunyan. I like that his name's Bunyan and he lives in the woods. Who does he think he is anyway? Hey, wait a minute. If Old Man Bunyan's out here, that means there's no one at his house, right? You're right. Let's go and grab some of his food. That'll show him. I'm just happy that they're still like really out there, but like there's not as many like big never-ending live service games getting made, because like I'm just like sick of those kinds of games. And pretty much anything Ubisoft makes, I have no interest in those games. 800,000 like map markers and there's just like nothing. It's just like, okay. Give me stuff like this any day of the week. I like a nice, put together, concise. We're going on an adventure. We're telling a story. We got some neat combat. That's what I enjoy. Yeah, well, I haven't seen as many of them, like, at least I haven't seen, like, advertisements or, like, a lot of talk about as many of them as I used to. For a while, they were, like, everything everywhere for a long time. All right, we'll save one more time and then we'll go rob Bunyan. I played that like once. It wasn't my thing. I can understand why people liked it. Like the gunplay, at least when I tried it, was pretty fun, but I don't know. It's really I don't know. I'm weird about video games now. I've very much gone into like I like Monster Hunter, I like RPGs, and you know, I'll like random things outside of that, but I'm not big on like the big like open world endless adventure games. Like unless there's like something to explore and it's like interesting. If it's just like a lot of stuff for the sake of like eating up a bunch of my time, no interest whatsoever. Is this the best way to get to Bunions? I feel like it's fine. I think people just got burnt out on it. Like my whole thing about it was that like, and I think a part of it was because like I've always loved Monster Hunter so much that any other game that tries to demand that much of my time, I'm like, no, I'm gonna play Monster Hunter. So like those kinds of games were never really interesting to me. And I just think a lot of people, like, you know, with like jobs and everything else, and like there's so many good games coming out. Like people don't, at least like people I know, like not as many people want to sit around and have a game that like is designed to feel like a job every day, right? Like, you know, oh, if you don't log in every day, you might miss out on something. I know World did a little bit of that, just a little bit. But, you know, like having a game that makes you feel like if you don't log in every day, you're like missing out. I don't like that stuff. So I think a lot of other people kind of got sick of it too, because it's just such a time demand, and it's like, you know, you get to the point where you're just doing the same thing every day. Locked. Ray might be able to pick the lock. Oh yeah, he's got cool tiger power. Well, it's not a tiger power. Ray picked the lock. Just as I thought, nobody's home. Keep your eyes open, Ryu. I'm exactly the same way. Someone might hear us if we make too much noise. I'm like bitchy about that kind of thing though. Like if people try to like use something against me, I immediately stop caring about it. You know, like your jaw will be like, we're gonna have pizza today, blah blah, while they try to like make you feel good about whatever. I was all excited about pizza day because I love pizza. And they're like, well, if you don't like get into a better mood or whatever, we're not going to let you have any pizza. I was like, well, now I don't care about the pizza at all. Anytime you try to like make me like care about something as like leverage, I just immediately like, I'm good. All right, let's split up. That was like a really bad analogy, but all right, check the place out quietly. Gotta be some food around here. My whole thing, like my red flags are, as soon as I hear the word battle pass or Ryush, or like you can pull a character, I immediately like, that's not a game I'm gonna like. Just relax. Calm down, Ryu. I'll go steal out of his dresser. Nothing. I'll steal out of his basement. See ya. This guy just chops wood all day. Anything here? You found a beef jerky. Find something? Hey, there's food here. How much beef jerky does he have that they're this excited, though? All right, come on, let's get out of here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Old man Bunyan's come home. Gulp. We might be in trouble. I'll go check it out. Something happens, I'll distract him. Yeah, like if a game has a battle pass, I'm pretty much immediately out. I've said before, if Monster Hunter ever added a battle pass, that would be the Monster Hunter game that I would just be like, all right, I'm done. Like, I'm out. I'm not playing it. You guys get away, okay? Yeah, it's gross. Hey, everything okay? So, sorry, hey, everything's okay. There's no way Ray would get... Oh, no. That's not how I expected his voice to sound. I guess I better go and see what's happening. Tipo, I hope you'll be okay, my brother. Don't worry. We can get out of here, right? Yeah. Woohoo! All right, I guess it's up to me now. That guy looks tough. Like, he's got a huge beard, and he's just a big dude that chops wood. Excuse me, wood. Oh, he just punched me in the head. I knew you were up to no good. But I didn't think you'd sunk to this low. He's gonna beat us up? At a time like this, when everyone's suffering, don't you know that if you don't work, you can't eat? Shut up, we're working. You just don't get it, do you? Robbing people isn't honest work. I have half the mind to run you out of the woods, but if you say you'll mend your ways, I could forgive and forget. What do you want us to do? Ray, you're a strong lad, aren't you? I've got a job for you. You've heard of Mount Grouse, haven't you? The big mountain north of the forest. I think I just used Bunyan's voice for Ray. You'll know it when you see it. I want you to go there, understand? Just me? What about them? Don't worry. I've got something else in mind for them. I'm keeping them as hostages. So I'll do what you want, right? He's like, I'm just a cool guy who lives in the woods, and I wear a rad vest. All right, I'll do it. I don't know what you're up to, but I'll go to Mount Grouse. Boss? I feel like it's Grouse. Tipo, you keep an eye on Ryu. Hey, old man. What are we supposed to do? Work, Tipo. If you want to eat, you have to work. Understand? What I want you to do is chop firewood. Dude, you've got so much wood. It's really simple. Tipo sets the log and Ryu cuts it. You know how to use your sword, don't you? It's the triangle button. If you cut too fast, you'll hit Tipo. If you cut too slow, you'll miss the log. Cut as many logs as you can until I tell you to stop. Understand? Yeah, I'll do it. Hey, no problem. We can do it in our sleep. Tipo, you're just putting the log on the thing. I gotta cut it. Come on, Ryu, let's get this over with. All right, then. Begin. You fool! You gotta wait till it, like, starts to fall down, I guess. He's gonna be so impressed. Damn it, Tipo, why did you take so long? Sword hand was getting itchy. All right, there we go. Stop. 21 logs. Not bad. Okay, good. There, we worked, didn't we? Now you won't complain if we steal, right? Thank you. You keep that up. One of these days you'll be sorry. Don't you see that? People's being a bit of a dick. Like, this guy is trying to help us and teach us to be good people. Who cares? One day, real soon, we're getting out of here. Then you're just gonna be a robber somewhere else. I ain't afraid of nothing. I think he is. Come on, Ryu, let's go after Ray. Thank you, Bunyan. Jeez, okay. Are you gonna help us, Bunyan? Nope. We'll take out the Ripper. One sec, sorry. Boop. And beep. Sorry about that. He looks like a kid in his portrait. Anyway, I just wanted to say goodbye to Bunyan. What's that old saying? Cat doesn't know the stove's hot till he gets burned. That's true. Well, you gotta make sure your cat isn't into jumping up on counters. Alright, so he was heading up the mountain. I'll do a quick savey save just because that's how I am. Yeah, he's definitely a kid. He looks like a kid anyway. Come on, let's go after Ray. Now Glaus is north of the Cedar Woods. All right. Calm down, Tipo. We're going. We'll rest and then we'll get out of here. All right, let's go find our brother. All right, so we already explored this area, so that's good. We'll just move on to the mountain. Ooh, he's new. All right, I'll have to make sure I examine him. Now he's not going to do it. Alright, everybody gets 3 turns and then I don't bother. Alright, you had your chance, now you gotta die. I liked him. He's like a little mace. There's so many, like, good messages on these. Oh, yeah, can I? I was gonna say. Tipo can, like, kick things. I was like, I can, like, chop trees, right? If I can actually aim at them. There we go. Oh, geez, everybody's here. Okay, All right, we'll take out the Rippers. I don't know if they can one-shot Rippers yet, to be honest with you. Nope, okay. I was gonna say, I got used to Ray being able to, like, one-shot many things. And also, he could usually go first and wipe out one enemy. Oh, of course he did it. I was gonna examine on the next turn. Dunyan. I think what we'll do too, I don't know, I'm not 100% yet. Well, whatever, we just started this game, so I'm not gonna get into the next game already. But we might break it up and put like a non-RPG in between them. Like something short. I don't know how long this game is. Ooh. See how much damage we do. We might have to run. Here. Jesus. Yeah, we might have to run. I do like the little animation for the magic. It looks cool. All right, so it heals for at least 26. Of course it woke up. Don't wake up. Tipo, you finish that one off. Ryu, you better heal yourself, my brother. All right, well, we might find out what the death penalty is. Okay, Tipo, can you please finish that off? These guys are good XP, but without Ray, they're like a little much. See how much Frost does. I feel like Fire would do more, but I actually don't know if this game has like an elemental system where it matters what you use, but we'll see what the ice spell does against him. Yeah, I might run out of the woods and take a real quick rest again and just avoid these guys. Yeah, okay, so there's definitely some kind of elemental weakness system. There's always that, like, one random enemy that is just, like, way stronger than everything else in the area, though. That's just kind of a staple. Alright, one more shot, and then he's out of our way. And I'm gonna quickly rest, because we're getting our ass kicked. Yeah, I was saying earlier, like, I like that they use the entire... I like that the battles just happen in the field, but yeah, sometimes it obscures it just a little bit. You learn Protect. There we go. Yeah, just real quick. I'm gonna bitch out. I'm gonna bitch out real quick. I'll just make sure we run away from the man-eaters because that was brute. I can't be dumping my entire like repertoire. I do want to know what that does, if anything. Raise the target's defense, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward, but it's got its own charm. Okay, just real quick. Oh, yeah. I completely get you. All right, no more man-eaters. Hopefully that was the right way. I think I just need to go north. And then we're good to go. I don't know why for like most of today I thought it was Wednesday. And I was like, oh, that like No Rest for the Wicked game comes out tomorrow. It's like, no, it doesn't. I hope it's as fun as it looks, because it looks really fun. And I think that's what I think. I'm not 100%, but I might swap out the Thursday stream just like once, just to like kind of give it a little bit of a play, because it's kind of fun trying out something new every now and again. As we all know, I'm pretty much like a retro guy. Even the Monster Hunter games I play are retro. All right, let's let Tipo hit and Ryu can examine, and maybe we'll get lucky and see that move. Why are you taunting me? No Rest for the Wicked. And that bird is determined to not let me see his move. That actually might be something I do off stream, is just grinding for like skills. I feel like I did all these, right? Yeah, because we got up to here. All right, we're good. Oh, okay. It could be. All right, let's go to Mount Glaus. I also have like a pretty strict thing on my mic for like keeping me from being too loud. So sometimes I accidentally like say something a little bit louder and it'll kind of mute me for a split second. I've been meaning to adjust it, but it's like really finicky. And I kind of have it at a level that's like generally okay, so I don't mess with it too much. Okay, let's try this. Come on. All right, Gonghead, you get one turn to use that move, and then we're wiping you out. All right, you had your chance. I'll have to see if there's like I don't know how much I want to use like outside things. Because I kind of want to maybe see if there's a list of like, because I know you can't learn every move, but maybe I should see if there's a list. Okay, we'll do the old left to right because I saw a treasure bag there. And I'm all about treasure. An antidote. Oh, shit. Oh, they're literally called curs. I thought Ray at the beginning of the game was just like using flowery language, like, yeah, those curs were gonna eat you, but no, they're literally called curs. Good job, Ryu. No. Corrine? Yeah, it's kind of like an ARPG mixed with a Souls-like, and those are very hit or miss with me. Oh, okay, there. See, so there's a question mark, so that means I cannot learn chlorine. Okay, you can't learn this ability. So I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what I think of it. But it sounds interesting, like the premise in that the developers were talking about. Like, it sounds like it'd be something up my alley. I don't know if it's something that I'll stream, but like maybe we'll sit down on Thursday and give it a look. Okay, so I was poisoned. Our status is persistent. They are. Okay. Should at least punch the odd tree. Boo? Boo? Okay. Feel a little more comfortable once we can single turn one of these guys between us. Try this. This guy sucks. He only does it when I'm not trying to examine him. Just do it. I just want to know if I can learn the move. Hey. Say goodbye. It's just a dead end. Yeah, I would hope you can both one-shot Goose at this point. Okay, good. Don't do it. Okay, good. There we go. Okay. Okay, so it didn't say I couldn't learn it, so I can learn it. I'm gonna heal up Ryu. Oh, never mind. You can't... Okay, so there's like a chance that you won't learn that you can't learn an ability. Alright, that's fine. Goodbye. Now I don't have to mess around with those boys anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100%. I might see if there's like a list for skills to learn, but I try to not do stuff like that if I can help it, but I don't think it's a big deal. Poison is more dangerous than fire spell. I need to get around to. I got that like a Balatro game, whatever it is, the card game, a couple of weeks ago, and I still haven't gotten around to playing it. I need to like get my butt in gear to actually like sit down and try it. I've been really bad about that. Balatro? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I picked it up because like I really like weird card games and stuff like that. Like I'm a big like board game guy, so like I really like anything that's kind of like card games and whatever. But I just haven't gotten around to like sitting down. I haven't like had a lot of time to play any video games outside of streaming lately. Like I just been unable to, so. Yeah, I've heard it's a little nuts, so it'll be cool to get into it. And the encounter rate's real high out here. Yeah, I just need to, like, sit down for a day. I usually do my, like, streaming time before I try to go to bed, so... Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll have to just do a random day where I stream that just so I have time to play it. Oh shit, Rocket, you're going all out. What kind of theming are you going for it? Is this the entrance? Yeah, it is. All right, I've been going in circles like I knew. Okay, there's treasure. Western gunslingers, that could be cool. So what would you do? Like, are you planning to do it kind of like a quick draw event? Or what's the word I'm looking for? Like have different types of weapons and stuff? Various guns. Okay, that's cool. Where was that? Okay, we're dropping down by this green. That wasn't it. Okay, to the left of the green. Let's go. The encounter rate's a little high. 3-man quick draw, regular turn base. Okay, that's cool. I used to play a lot of tabletop RPGs, but I kind of like fell out of D&D. I used to play a lot of D&D, but I just haven't like... there was a lot of schedule conflicts, and then I just like haven't gotten back into it. But tabletop RPGs are fun. Okay, please. No! Okay, a little bit to the right. Yeah, trying to think. Holy shit. I don't know if there's a lot of like Western themed RPGs. At least, like, I don't know. I used to play Shadowrun a lot when I was a teenager. I love Shadowrun. Shadowrun's really cool. I don't know if it's still cool, but it was cool when I was a teenager. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good way to like gauge interest in that kind of thing as well. And people like when streamers do like the development side of things. Like some people like get really big just because people like watching that kind of thing and interacting with it. You might have something good on your hands on that case as well. Okay, can I go here? Just here. Tipo, if you fucking go that way, I'll lose it. Okay, there we go. Heavy Caro. There we go. Only took me 4 tries. What is a heavy Caro? Option. Oh, it's for fishing. Okay, that's cool. Nice jump, Tipo. All right, the next one is a bit more to the right. Let's get this treasure. You could set up like a stream when you're not around, just letting the 3D printer go. That might be kind of fun. Make sure you have some chill beats going on in the background, though. You gotta have some chill beats going. Okay. I'm gonna guess here. Thank God. A cloth shield. equip. Optimize. Equip for speed. Oh, that's interesting. No, we'll give it to Tipo, because whatever. There we go. Or you could just have a little window where the 3D printer's going while you're streaming as well. I don't know how many like cameras you have kicking around. I just have the one. Oh, I have another web camera somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think it's in the closet in my office. Oh, okay. Blah. You can do that too. Tipo learned Simoon. What does that do? Tipo, what's your new ability? Flame and win attack versus one target. All right. I'm down. All right, let's go. They're not having mercy on these kids. They're just tossing the monsters at us. One sec here. Keep fidgeting a lot in my chair. It's making my They're beautiful. Don't poison them, you bitch. Okay, well, I wanted to know how much poison ticks for. Not a large amount. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Tipo's gonna drop. Do I have 2 antidotes? The other thing is, like, I wonder if poison ticks while you're walking. He's almost out of magic points. He's gonna be out of magic points right now. There we go. Give me 1 sec, Rocket. I just have to give you permission. But I trust you. You've always been a good person. There you go. You got 3 minutes. I appreciate it, Rocket. I wouldn't have to kick your ass out of here. I'm joking. You've always been cool with me. Hey, it's getting dark. Let's call it a day. Maybe Ray's staying here too. There we go. There he is. Ray. Tipo. 1 sec. I want to see these two. Give me 1 sec. Well, that's different. Huh. I've never seen dice like that. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Tipo. What are you doing here? Yeah, we took care of what old man Bunyan told us to do in no time and came after you. I was worried about you being out here all alone. You know what, Tipo? I think the reason Bunyan sent me here alone is, well, because he was worried about you. Here, let me see these. Yeah, those are cool, but yeah, they look a little more gimmicky and they might have like a weird wear pattern on them. Well, it depends on what they're made out of. I didn't even know they made dice like that. I just have a giant bag of like standard D&D dice. Not even D&D dice, you know, like just standard dice. What do you mean? Worried about us? Oh, okay. I mean, he said he was keeping us as hostages, right? He never said that. You've heard the rumors, haven't you? That the monster that's been attacking the village is here? In the mountains? Onion meant for me to kill it. Yeah, well, I think, what, the first dice were made out of, like, bone and stuff like that, weren't they? Why does he want you to kill the monster? I mean, it's real big and strong, right? It is, but I'm stronger. That sounds really familiar, but I don't quite remember exactly what it was. What? Wasn't it like a little game where there was like little tiny bones that you like threw down and they like meant something, like they stacked or something? It was like around the time of the Pogs craze, wasn't it? That sounds really familiar to me anyway. It's like on the edge of my memory. Little figurines designed around bones with faces. Okay. I'm gonna look those up after the stream. That's like really on the edge of my memory. I swear it was something that was like big right around when I was in grade 6 or 7. If I were alone. And now that you're here, I won't be able to use... Ugh, never mind. Boy, doesn't this just beat all? Well, no use worrying about that now. Yeah, I remember those. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, 100%. I remember those. Well, no use worrying about that now. No, Pogs were, at least in my city, it was all about the Pogs. Let's get some rest. It'd be dangerous to go out at night. Okay, Ray. Wake up, Ryu. It's him. He's close by. Oh boy, here we go. I guess we have no choice. Let's go out there and get him. Listen, you two followed him out here. Like, don't whine about it. Let's go. Hogs were pretty... Holy shit, look at this thing. He's up early, isn't he? Yeah, we did too. They were like really big around grade 5 to 6 for me. Okay, we're fighting this thing. I'm definitely gonna try to pilfer. You have to like steal from bosses. That's like that's a rule. Actually, Ryu's probably got the lowest defense. Tipo, let's use your new big boy spell. Power food. That's cool. Let's try the lower one, though, because if we can double the amount we can do, let's do that. Protecto. Oh, he's got poison. Damn it. You know, we'll give him one too. Why not? Let's do that. Okay, so Frost is useless. At least the poison's not, like, getting in. Alright, let's just see what a standard attack round would do. 24. He ran away! Come on, after him! Statue over here. Shrine for travelers to pray for a safe journey. You want to save? Yes, please. All right, that'll be our safety save, and this will be our on a journey save. Cave there. All right, we got our boy Ray back, so things will go a little bit faster now. Your defense means nothing to me. I want to explore the rest of the mountain, though. Don't kidnap me. Trail of blood. It must be the monster's blood. Okay, we'll come back to that. Boom, boom. Da-da-da. Jeez, okay. I would love it if we had, like, some kind of AoE. I think we're like a level away from being able to one-shot the wolves at least. Well, at least for Ray. Damn. I remember, like, my school, like, we transitioned from, like, Pogs to Magic cards. Nobody in my grade, like, got into Pokemon. That was, like, after us. Because, like, I remember, like, even the Pokemon Game Boy games, like, didn't get big until I was already in grade, like, 9 or 10. And then I got really into board games as an adult. Like, I have a shit ton of board games. I'm all about those things. Just let me have it. Give it to me. Vitamins. Okay, we should definitely try to steal from these because we haven't stolen from them yet. Oh yeah. No, I have like, I don't even remember. I have like over 200 board games. There's like a lot of cool stuff out there now. I don't know how to design a board game. I just like board games. Yeah, I don't even think I own Monopoly. Actually, I have Risk and I have like I have Clue, but I don't have like regular Clue. I have like a version of Clue. It's like the Golden Girls. I don't know if you guys remember that show. And it's like instead of trying to find it the murderer, you're trying to find out who like stole the cheesecake. I actually really like the Golden Girls. I used to watch it a lot when I was younger. I don't know why. I just like seeing what Dorothy and the gang were getting up to. All right, we'll go the opposite way and find treasure. I've actually been playing a little bit. There's a digital adaptation of a board game that I really like. It's a game called Root. It's on like cell phones as well as Steam and that. And the digital adaptation of that game is actually like legit really good. And it's really fun because like sometimes I'll just play the digital version if I don't feel like getting it the actual board game. But it's like a really cool like asymmetrical game about like taking over like a forest. But every person basically plays the game completely differently. It's so cool. There's just bones here. This guy's evil. You found a Molotov cocktail. There we go. Just a little bat. There we go. Maybe he'll be our friend. Damn it, I gotta remember, I want to steal from every enemy at least once in case they have something good. Sometimes you get like the best stuff stealing from enemies. Actually, we got something from the boss. Power food, what does that do? Raises uses power. Forever? Maybe we'll hold on to that for now. All right, go the opposite way. I was gonna say, don't poison us before the boss fight. Come on. You cur. Too late, cur. You can't defend against this. There you go. Oh god, it's becoming labyrinthian. Okay, we'll do this way first. It's a Zombo! Aw. I like him. Oh shit. We found a Balak knife. Oh yeah, that's what they already have, and I have like the melted sword. I do like this option here. And then you can remove all equipment. That's cool. I'll have to like kind of get used to what's best for each character, but it made a pretty big point of like describing agility as being important, so. Because if this is a game where like speed gets you extra turns, like I'm probably gonna go for speed. And zombos don't take a lot of damage. I also really like the small detail where they actually take a ready stance depending on what you're doing. Like if you're using a spell, they like take a different stance, they'll get their weapons ready, that kind of thing. I like that kind of like small details in animation. Okay, what does Talisman do? Protection versus death? Okay. Ryu's our only healer, so let's do that. Bats. Never thought I'd see the day bats would play defensively. Okay, let's go back to the blood trail. How many healing items in that do I have? Because Ryu is definitely not going to hold up on that end. 3 vitamins, a bunch of healing herbs. Okay, like, we're fine. Maybe I'll only use Ryu's magic if we need to cure a poison then, because it was using chlorine, so we'll just be careful. Don't poison me right away. He attacked the curb. There we go. Yeah, I should steal from these again, because if they drop cloth, maybe I can sell that for more money, because I think that's like the basic armor. So if we could steal those every now and again. I might be going a little extra. Just it feels like money comes in real slow compared to how much the equipment in the first town costs. I was like, ooh. I had to grind quite a while to get that, so. Alright, let's follow the blood. I actually do want to do some more Saturn games in the future too. Like I was thinking about like maybe Shining Force 3. There's like a bunch like, well, honestly, Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2 would be really fun. I really like Virtual On, but I don't know how well that game would stream, but it would be fun to play, which is usually what I worry about. All right, it's in here. Nope. Blood trail stops here. 200 bones. from the bone. Where is he? Hey, I think I figured it out. He must have jumped into the water to get away. Yeah, that's it. I think that'd be fine. Like, a lot of people like watching that kind of thing and just chilling out, right? Yeah, for sure. You're probably right. So how do we go after him? I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, can we jump in the water? Like, is that a thing we can do? I don't think it had anything like that. There was that other spot that had water in it. Maybe we can jump from there. Which means I went up that way for no reason, because I would have had to go there anyway. Oh well, better to double check than to miss things. There's been so many games where it's like you can never go back to a spot that I'm like so weird about, like being pretty thorough when I explore things, just in case you can never go there again. That was up this way, right? Because I don't remember there being any water outside of where, like, I knocked that rock down, like on the mountain, like on the road to the mountain. So I don't think it's that. It's got to be in here. Take out these damn curs. No. I'll use up some of our crappy healing items to kind of boost everybody back up. Let's use up some of the kind of terrible items, like these berries. Okay, cool. Okay, this time I really got it. We dive in from here. And then we float down to that spot we saw before. Yeah, that's it. What do you think, Ryu? Is Tipo right? Of course he is. It's the only option. Let's do it. Okay, Ryu, you go first. Why did it's Tipo's idea? Kern is running strong. You want to dive in? Yes, I do. I don't even know if he can swim. Oh, never mind. He's good. He knows how to swim. Yeah, see? I told you so. Uh-huh. What would we have done if we kept on going? Oh, that was a good animation. Good job, Capcom. I guess it worked out. Okay, so let's go. That doesn't sound good. It's the monster. Oh, look at that cool red eyes. Looks pretty worn out. This should be easy, right, Ray? I hope so. Alright, we'll throw Protect on just Ryu, because all of his other abilities cost more. And Teepo's got a lot of AP. This was doing like 24, I think, so let's see how much double the amount of... I guess it's AP in this game. Poison. You bitch. Right on turn 1. Come on. Yeah, it's okay. It's more than double the damage, so yeah, I'll do it. No, Teepo, your hair, your beautiful hair. I'm gonna try and steal one more time. Yue howls with fury. What? Holy shit. Right. Alright, we're not getting anything out of him, I don't think. Okay, next turn is going to be a recovery turn. We're not messing with that, jeez. I don't know why I made everybody heal different people, but that's what we're doing. Okay, good. So he can't do it again. And that's good to know monsters can run out of AP. We defeat each other. Ah! There we go. We're making that money now. Are you okay? It's dead. It died on its feet like it was trying to protect the cave behind it. Oh no, it's got babies. They look really fucking weird. They're cubs. It looks like they've been dead for a long time. Anue must not have realized they were dead and kept on, bringing food back for them. Well, that's sad. Now I feel like a bad person. Boy, it wasn't too bright, was it? I mean... its cubs were already dead. Boy, if this doesn't beat all. Sheesh. Okay. Oh, okay, they're just gonna say the same thing. Okay. Sorry. Bye, Nue. Looks like if you jump in, the current will carry you out. You want to jump? Yes, I do. Well, this is a somber finish. Now I feel sad. It was like killing all of the cows, though. There's Bunyan. It's like, I could have done it myself. So how does it feel to do some real work? For a change, hmm? It's like, Bunyan, not now. Come on. When spring comes, the animals will return and life will get a little easier. You all did a good job. Congratulations. Wait a minute. You knew the Nue was only hunting for food for her cubs. And you still had us kill her? If you'd known she had cubs, would you have let her live? And so, spring came at last. Spring came to the mountain and to woods and to their inhabitants. And to the woods. And there was treasure. Where is that treasure? It's near water. It's like right by my house, there's treasure. All right, well, I'll get that. And the virtue of the young boys who saved the village from the ferocious Nue Chimera. They have a pretty cool house, though. I will give them that. Earned them a place in the villagers' hearts. I'm home. I went to the West Woods looking for animals and berries. And look what I found. Apples. Now we won't have to worry about food anymore, right, Ray? It's a good thing we got rid of that monster, huh? I suppose so. Hey, why don't we go down to the village and show them who did it? Tell them who got rid of the monster. I don't know. Isn't it better if we don't brag about it? Why's that? Is he gonna steal an apple? He's like really looking at them. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to go see what they're saying about us, would it? We can go? Come on, come on. All right, but what we're going to do, one sec here. I do want to find out what that treasure is. We'll give her a save, and we're going to call it a day for today. because I'm running short on time, so we will come back to it later. Okay, that's what we're gonna leave it for today. A bit of progress. It was a bit of the like beginning of game grinding, but that's okay. Sometimes you just got to do that at the start. So what the going plan is for this week, I'm on my non-hunting week. He stole an apple. I can see him eating it. So we're going to be playing Cassette Beast on tomorrow and Thursday. Like I said, depending, I might do some No Rest for the Wicked on Thursday just to try it out. I haven't decided yet, but it's a very real possibility. But yeah, so this week we're not going to be doing the hunting games. We'll be doing Cassette Beasts. So we'll keep rolling on that tomorrow and Thursday. And then if I have some time this weekend, I would really like to get back to some more Dragon Quest X because it's been a while since we played it. So that's what we'll do. But this is going to be the new Monday and Tuesday game until we finish it because I'm now officially done with Panzer Dragoon Saga. So this will be what we're doing on Monday and Tuesday now. I'm going to take a quick peek around and just see if there's anybody kicking around a raid today. And then we'll call her a day. Just give me 1 sec and I'll just be a moment.